Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? We are live one more time here at 8:08 with Clay here on Monday. Today is what? April 11th. Let's wait for some people to get here. If you are on Instagram, go to YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. Live on YouTube, youtube.com, Clay Souza Official. Let's hop over there. I just started live over there. And tonight we're going to talk about controlling light spills. Let me get this camera here. Turn it off. We should be ready to go. If you are on Instagram, head over to YouTube. youtube.com, Clay Souza Official. Let's do it. And if you are here on YouTube, let me know in the comments that you're here. So I know you are here with me on YouTube. Just waiting for some people to get here for us to get started. It's been a few weeks since I did a live, so we're back in business again with our lives every Monday and Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about photography. Let's do that. Let me see if there are people in here on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, let's go to YouTube. youtube.com, Clay Souza Official. Let's hop over there so we can get going. Well, Jeff, maybe when you logged in, I hadn't started here yet. So, can you hear me okay, Jeff? Let me know if you can hear me all right. Hey, Alex, how's it going, my brother? I'm doing all right. How are you? Hope everything is going okay with you and Diane. Let me see if there's people on Instagram. People keep going on Instagram. Doesn't matter how many times I tell that the lives on YouTube, they still go to Instagram. What have you been up to, Alex? You've been shooting? What have you been up to? Why is my internet connection is unstable? My internet connection being... Yeah, because probably when you went on YouTube, I hadn't started here yet. I always start on the Instagram on the phone first before I start here. What happened tonight is that I set up a new camera and I had to make change to the settings, and it took me a little bit longer. That's why I ended up getting here late. How have you been doing, Jeff? You doing all right, brother? Let me know how you guys doing. How you guys been up to? If you are on Instagram, the live tonight is on YouTube. Go over there, youtube.com, Clay Souza Official. Let's go. Right there. Let's hop over here. So, who is excited about Shutterfest? I'm driving on Friday to Shutterfest. I know that Alex is not coming, but Jeff, you coming? When are you driving, Jeff? When are you arriving at Shutterfest? I'm arriving on Saturday. Oh yeah, because now they start getting busy and stuff. Yeah, I had one model have to cancel on me for the penitentiary shoot because she got selected to another important photo shoot with another photographer. So Yeah, so I'm leaving on Friday, but I'm taking a break. I'm driving halfway. I'm driving a little bit, uh, and taking a break, sleeping over. I'm not gonna drive straight from here over there. I need to take a break. Actually, how many hours of drive is it to Union Station, St. Louis? It's a 12-hour drive. Damn it! I thought it was 10. It was 12 hours. Holy crap! Yeah, I need to take a break. I need to take a break. I can't drive 12 hours straight anymore. I used to be able to. Yeah. It is too much of a drive. It's too much of a drive. So if you came from Instagram and you're here on YouTube, let me know that you're here so you can get this live started. Let me see if there's anybody here on Instagram. If you are on Instagram waiting for the live, head on to YouTube. Lives on YouTube. YouTube.com, Clay Souza Official. That's the address right there. Head over. We're just about to start. Okay, so let me see if I can do that. Spotlight layout. What spotlight layout? I don't know. Is it this one? All right. So let me show you this image that we created from our last, not the last wedding, but one wedding before the last. Well, let me show you this tab. Share screen. Is not what I want, is it? Jeff, I have one class that's full, and another one I had like 10 spots on it, and another one that had like about 30 spots on it. But yeah, I'm happy with the numbers because the one that has 30 spots left is more like a wedding. Is the bridal show. It's more like wedding focused. So I'm not. I know that class not going to fill, but that's what it is. Let me share this one here. Oh, no. Hold on. It's this one. This one? Yeah. This, Jeff, remember that image? This is from not the last wedding. My last wedding was yesterday, one before the last. This bride had a 15 feet veil. Very, very windy day. Very crazy windy day, and good. Oh my God, that was a tough one, right, Jeff? It was before St. Thomas. That's right. So it's like 3 weddings. Yeah, Jeff is right. So last week I was in St. Thomas. Yeah. Yep. It was cold. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, before we talk a little bit about light spills, let me see, because I have some questions here. Let me see if I want to go through the questions. Okay, so I have a list of questions here that I want to go at least through some of them before we get going to light spills. How to avoid shadows. This one I have answered already. A bunch of those I have already answered. All right, there's a good one here. The question is, I want to shoot portraits in street photography. I'm going to put this question here on the banner so everybody sees it. Where's my live stream? Let's go to my banners. Let me edit it. Let's show. All right, this is one of the questions that I want to answer tonight. I want to shoot. Let me just fix this a little bit. Hold on. Show. Okay, so this is the question I want to answer tonight. So I want to shoot portraits and street photography. I'm in between 7-200 and the 35. Which one would you recommend for just two styles of photography? Two styles of photography, very different from each other. You can't think about having like portraits is not going to work with a 35. I mean that's the fact of it. If you get a 35 millimeter is not a great lens for portraits because it's wide and it will stretch and deform a little bit, so it's not the best lenses. The 7-200 is great for portraits, especially if you use the 7-200 around at 100 millimeter. That's probably the best range that you have. Anything between 100 and 135 is usually the best range for portraits because it doesn't distort that much. So as you can see, it's hard, but if I was doing like street photography, I would go with the 7-200 because with the 35 you're going to get too much of the scene and you're not going to be able to isolate a subject. Okay, so if you're looking for street photography in the sense of subjects, like people walk and people talking, that type of stuff, like a photojournalism type of thing, I would go with the 7-200 because you can stay away, you can stay far away and zoom in at 200 and still capture your subject in a good dimension and also with good separation from the background. That's going to give you a little bit of more range than the 35 millimeter. 35 millimeter, you're going to get a lot of what's happening on the streets. I mean, you can't really isolate one subject on the street because there's cars coming and people walking the sidewalk. It's going to be really hard to pinpoint when you shoot the image. It's going to be hard to pinpoint what is the subject because there's going to be a lot of noise. I mean, quote unquote noise, like people walking around the subject. That's going to be hard for you to isolate the subject with the 35. So my lens of choice would be 7-200 for that case, for your street photography and for your portraits, because portraits, if you keep the 7-200, anything between 100 and 135, that is a good range for portrait photography. Okay, so my recommendation would be the 7-200 in that case. There's another question here. I'm going to post it here in the banner so everybody can see it. So, and the question is, to photograph events, zoom or prime lenses? That's a great question. It all depends. It depends on who you are. Depends how you shoot. I mean, it's more of a preference than anything else. It used to be in the past that prime lenses used to be way better than zoom lenses. Nowadays, prime lenses, zoom lenses. I don't see. I own a couple of prime lenses and I own a bunch of zoom lenses. I really do not see much of a difference between in image quality. That's what I'm saying. In image quality, I don't see much of a difference between a zoom lens and a prime lens. In the past, the prime lenses would be the best, would have better quality and things like that. Nowadays, I don't see that much of a difference. It all depends on what you want. Me personally, as a wedding photographer, I still can't shoot like a whole wedding with the prime lenses. I know some photographers who can, and I'm really jealous of that because it's a lot of positioning. I'm always positioning myself in a way that I can shoot wider and zoom in. That's why I need the zoom lenses. On my wedding photography, I shoot like 100% of my weddings. I shoot with zoom lenses. My wife, on the other hand, is my second photographer. She uses both. She uses a 24-70, but she also uses the 85 prime, and she does really well with the 85. I've tried it, and I always find odd. Like I don't have a. I probably should try a little bit more, but my distance is always like a little bit off when I shoot with the prime lens. So between prime and zoom, I would say is a preference. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I prefer zoom. Some people prefer prime. It really doesn't make a whole lot of a difference. Okay. All right. So let's read the comments here. What's happening? Hey, Sylvester, how are you, my man? Doing all right? Hope you're doing good. For a 7200 and a Nifty 50 for street, really cheap. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the prime, the wide prime for a street. I mean, you don't want to be on people's face when you're shooting street photography. You don't want to be on people's face. That's the point. And if you're shooting 35 or shooting 50, you need to be quite close to somebody to be able to catch what you want. And that may create an issue of people noticing that you're doing that. So that's why I like the zoom, the 7200, so I'm far, so I can zoom in the 7200. The question was, if you missed the question was, if you want to do portraits and street, I'm in between 7200 and 35. Like I said, two different things. I would go 7200, you can do both. With the 35, you're not going to do neither well. I would definitely go with the 7200 because 35 for portraits will deform the subject, will distort the image. No, I would definitely go with the 7200 because you can do both. You can do street and you can also do portraits. But tonight we're talking about light, how to control light spills. How to control light spills. So this is the topic for tonight, how to control light spills. Let's go quick and let's make it short and sweet. Let me see if there's anybody still on Instagram here. I don't think so. All right, Instagram. If you are on Instagram, you should go to YouTube. YouTube.com, Clay Souza Official. Let's go over there. All right, light spill. So what's light spill pretty much? Light spills is when you focus your light on the subject, but the light spills on other areas of the scene where you don't want the light. It's all about light control. Okay, so in order to, you have to be careful when you're photographing because you really don't want your light to hit other parts of the subject of the scene that they're not supposed to be. Most of the time it's avoidable. Sometimes it's really hard to avoid it, but you have to try to make the light The whole idea of being a light expert is you make the light do what you want, not what it wants to do, right? So, and light spills is very common. Sometimes photographers put the light high and pointing down this way, and then around the subject you're going to see light spills. Let me show you. Let me show you a few images here. I've shown this one already. I just want to show it again. This was from a wedding a few weeks ago. Okay, let's share. So if you look at this image here, you see how the light is focused on the subject, on the couple there, right? So you don't see light spills. You don't see light pointing, lighting the ground where they are, right? This light's a little bit higher, and it's pointing down into the subject a little bit. But you're really not seeing the light hitting the ground in there, so hitting the floor. So this is light control. When you photograph, you need to be aware of that. You need to know where the light is hitting, and then to avoid that light spill, because that really doesn't look good. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't look right. It's not the way it's supposed to be. You need to be careful with that. Another thing that happens sometimes also is light spilling on the wall, right? I'm sorry, on the background. Let's say if you have the subject closer to the background, the light will hit them and spill on the background. So ways to control it. There are several ways to control it. Let me show this the image here. What is it? Show this one here. Let me show this one. This is a very moody image because we have this location here in close to Chapel Hill, where I live, and a lot of photographers shoot here. And here's my pet peeve with this location. Everybody goes there and do the same thing, right? So this is supposed to be a very moody and dark image. But if you look at the light in this image, well, let me go back to the way why I shot this way. It's interesting because I've seen, I mean, Jeff will know where that is. This is Yates Mill, close to the town where I live here in North Carolina, which is a very popular place with photographers, and I'm still to understand why, because I don't think it's a. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. But a lot of photographers photograph there, and I was asked to go and photograph this model there with other photographers. They asked me to come and help them out, and that with lighting and posing, that type of stuff. I had nothing to do that day. Oh yeah, let's go there and have some fun. So we create a few images. And I want to show that location because I've seen like countless images of that location, and they are all always the same. They put the subject there and shoot right facing the building, right? And I wanted to do something different, so I posed her over there, and my goal was really to create a very dark and moody image. To that point, a little bit dramatic, like you can see the blue skies in the background there to the right side, and you can see there's not a whole lot of light going on, but look at her face, the lights on her face. How now the question is, how do you control the light to the point where she is really close to the wall? I mean, she's really against the wall, but the light doesn't spill on the wall. Right? This is what I'm talking about, lighting control. How to control the light to get to that point. And how you do this, this image was shot with a snoot. So I had the images, the lights camera left. I'm shooting on an angle. The light is high, it's quite high, pointing down into her face. And a snoot. A snoot is just like a modifier that you put in front. I think I shot this with a speed light. This is one light set up, a speed light. You put this snoot in front of the flash, and it has like a little hole That's how much light. That's how much light is going to go through. Just enough to light her face, a little bit of her chest. This is what I want to call attention for. This is a very, very good way to control light. Don't look at. You don't see light spills on the walls. You don't see light spills anywhere on her body other than face and chest, which is exactly where I wanted to lit, right? Yeah, when you're talking about lighting, we always need to be concerned and not concerned, but aware of those, problem things like light spilling on the background, light spilling on the ground, on the floor, light spilling where it's not supposed to be, lighting hitting where it's not supposed to be. Especially if you're photographing with more than one light, you get to be aware of that. Yeah, Jeff's saying it's usually a zoo with all the photographers. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why people love that location so much. I really do not see that. But anyway, like I said, it doesn't matter. We need to talk about light spills, right? So the way I light my subjects, usually I'm one light setup type of guy. You all know, I keep saying this over and over. We shouldn't wear anything, running and gunning, everything needs to be fast. We don't have time to do a whole lot of lighting schemes and all that type of stuff. Unless like we're doing bride and groom portraits, we have a little bit of time, extra time, then we get creative. But other than that, we should like one light setup because it's fast, it's easy, one soft box, sometimes two ADs or one AD, depending on how much light power I need to get things done fast. And even when I'm shooting models and stuff, I tend to do one light setup because I like the simplicity and how efficient it is. So another image that I can show you here is from a high school scene that I shot not long ago, a few days back actually. I think it was like last week. But same idea. I got one light setup. There you go. So there you go. One light setup. Really not that complicated. Light is camera right. Light's camera right. Yep. And again, we're controlling the amount of light. You see, there's no light spills on the ground. There's no light spills anywhere where it shouldn't be, but her face and a little bit of her body. Okay, one light setup. This was shot with I think it wasn't even like a soft box. I think this was a Mag Sphere camera right. But again, always look in ways to control light spills. What you can do for light spills is you can use a grid on your light. You can use a snoot. So you're going to create a very, very narrow beam of light, but you can also use a grid. Grids are awesome, especially if you shoot indoors, because grid light travels this way, right? Light travels this way. The grid is going to direct the light to go this way. So a good way of controlling the light is really using a grid in front of your softbox, in front of your light, so the light doesn't spill where you don't want it to go. When you have the situation where you have like light going where you don't want it to go, spilling on the ground or spilling on the wall, the image doesn't look professional. I mean, it's never going to look professional if you don't control that. Let me show you. Let me see what I have here. I can show you. What's her name again? Courtney Justin. Let me see this one here. Portraits processed. Let me see. Let me pull one that is a little bit tricky to create. No, not these ones. Let me see. What's his name again? It's Emily. Emily and Zach. Let me find one of the images that I'm looking for. Oh, there's nothing here. It's funny. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Smart previews. Shanice. Portraits. Process. Yeah, there's some good ones here that I can show you that we created. We actually just delivered this. This was one of them. Yeah. It's another one that you had to be careful. Be careful with light spills. Versus this one here. We actually just delivered one. Was it? I think it was Saturday. Friday. We just delivered. They got like 224 by 36. And one of them was this image. One was from the engagement session, and another one was this image that you're looking at right now. Also got like an album and a bunch of smaller print metal prints, that type of stuff. So you see how we controlling the light spill. There's no light spill on the ground. There's no light spill on the chairs. On the background, there's nothing. This was inside a venue, a hotel lobby, and I think we shot this with a focus diffuser, Magmod focus diffuser on it. There's another one of them also that I want to show you that we did in the hallway. Yeah, this one here. I'm just illustrating you guys different ways to control light spill. Is it shared? It's on here. Yeah, this was done right on the hallway. Like when you get into the hotel, you can see the reception counter on the right side. I mean, Jeff was with me on this wedding. It took us a while to get people moving behind them. So it took a while to get to clear the scene back there until you could create that image. But again, you can see the lights on them. We're preserving the highlights on the dress. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Photographers go up there and blown out the dress. You can't see the details on the dress, on the bride's dress. We're controlling the light spills. We're controlling the highlights. If you have to shoot a little bit darker, sometimes it's necessary for us to shoot a little bit darker before bringing, in order not to blow out the dress. It is important to be aware of this stuff because this is what's going to make or what's going to break your photography. Okay, let me see. There's one that I want to show you from the wedding in the Caribbean, St. Thomas. And then we're going to call it a night. Let's see, find it. If we can find it. I didn't plan on showing all those images, but I want to show you guys because this turned out to be a really pretty image. This is from the wedding, and I think Alex was there. I don't know if you have seen this one, Alex, from Brandon's wedding. I'm finding. Hang tight, guys. I'm looking for it. Almost there. Jesus, what is it? Oh, over here. All right, let's look over here. Let's see. Download. All right, so let me share this one with you. All right, let me share this image with you. A stream. This is from the this is from the wedding in St. Thomas on the Caribbean. Share screen, go. So many questions they ask. Yeah, I don't know if you have seen this one, Alex, but this is one that we create like last weekend. Not this past week, the weekend before in St. Thomas, Caribbean, for Brandon and Amber. But again, look at that. We're controlling the light. We're controlling the highlights on the dress. We don't. Can you imagine if you had gone there and blown out that dress, how much highlights we have there? So, and you can see that there's no blown outs on the dress. There's no light spills on the ground. The lights is feathered up a little bit. You're still capturing the blue of the sky. You're capturing good light in the groom, great light in the bride, great light in the dress, showing the details of the dress and everything. Okay, so this is what lighting does for you. You have to be aware. Thanks, Alex. I didn't know I had seen that. So this is what lighting does for you. If you have to be, when you're shooting this, you can't get like super excited and go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You get it. Every time I look at the image, I look at the back of the camera, I'm looking for, okay, this looks good, but where are the troubles? Where are the problems here that I can fix on camera instead of having to fix in Photoshop? What can I fix on camera? And yeah, Alex helped me on the wedding over there, and he had to tilt the light back a little bit because the light was hitting the dress and losing details on the dress. And I remember telling him feather the light up so we don't hit much of the light on the dress. The dress, the camera is a little bit darker. We just bumped the highlights a little bit on the area, and that's done. It takes like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do that. Because once you blow the highlights, it's done. You can't not fix it. There's no post-production that's going to fix blown out highlights. And also watching for the light spills. Okay. Guys, do you have any questions for me? If you don't have questions, I think this is it for tonight. Let me know if you have any questions. On Wednesday, I'm going to go live again on Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time here on YouTube. We're going to pick a topic for Wednesday. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about, let me know. And on Friday, I'm driving to Shutterfest. I'm teaching 3 classes at Shutterfest this year and doing a really epic, really cool photo shoot there on Monday. And I'm teaching on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, but I'm going to go live from there also to show you some of the behind the scenes of Shutterfest and that type of stuff. All right. So if you don't have any questions for me anymore, thank you so very much for being here with me again, supporting me. I'm sorry for being missing in action for a while, but I really needed a little bit of a mental break from everything that we put. We're working a lot and a lot of stuff at the same time, and some of my work was falling behind a little bit, so I had to stop here to catch up with my work. So now I'm back here with the lives. I'm going to be back on Instagram, posting every day, a few times a day again. Let's get the ball rolling again. All right? All right, cool. Thanks, Master. So if you guys don't have any questions, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday, right? If you have questions, send me a DM, okay? Bye, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.